Before there was a before anyone could point and say there was only the deep quiet unmeasured and waiting. No wind, no bird song, no footsteps, just the hush of nothingness, like a page not yet written. And then something moved, not a creature, not a storm, not chance, a presence. The earth was not yet a place you could stand on. It was without form and void, unfinished, unlit, like clay before the hands shape it. Darkness lay over everything, but it wasn't alone. Above the waters, the Spirit of God hovered steady, intentional, like a breath held just before speech. And then God did what only God can do. He spoke. God did not wrestle the darkness. He did not bargain with it. He simply named something better into being. Light arrived instantly, clean and bright, like a curtain pulled back on a stage that had been dark for ages. It washed across the formless world, revealing the watery deep like a mirror. God saw the light and called it good. Then he separated it from the darkness, giving the first boundaries, the first rhythm. And so time began to march. Evening, then morning. On the second day, God shaped the world with a single design choice: room. The waters were everywhere, above, below, until God formed a great expanse between them. Suddenly there was sky, open, breathable, vast, a place where clouds could drift, where storms could roll, where later birds would fly. Evening, morning. The third day feels like the earth taking its first real breath. The waters retreated, streaming into basins, carving the first coastlines. The world rose, solid ground, steady beneath the light. God named the dry land earth, and the gathered waters seas. But God wasn't done. He painted the land with life, green spreading like joy, fields unfurled, trees lifted their branches, seeds appeared, tiny promises that the living world could continue. Evening, morning, until now the world had shape and color. But on day 5, it gained motion and sound. The seas filled with life, schools of fish, like living ribbons, great creatures moving through the deep with effortless strength. Above them, wings cut through the open air. The sky that was made as space became a stage for flight. God blessed them, the first time the word blessing appears in Scripture's beginning. Because life isn't only created, it's given a future. Evening, morning, day 6 is where the story becomes personal. First, God filled the land with animals, gentle and wild, small and strong. Tracks appeared in soil. Herds moved across plains. Life spread in every direction. Then God paused, not because he was tired, but because what came next would be different. Not just a creature that lives, a creature that bears his image. Humanity was made with dignity, given stewardship, entrusted with responsibility, invited into partnership with God's good world. And God blessed them, speaking purpose over their lives. He also provided food from the plants, abundance without violence, a world meant to be tended and enjoyed. And then God looked at everything: the light, sky, seas, land, trees, sun, moon, creatures, and humanity. This whole ordered, beautiful, bursting creation. Evening, morning, the 7th day. Something surprising happens. God rests. Not because he's exhausted. He is not like us. He rests to set a pattern, to make rest holy, to show that the world is not a machine, and we are not slaves to it. God blessed the 7th day and set it apart. Creation's first full week ends not with noise, but with peace. A sacred pause. A day that whispers, you are allowed to stop, to breathe, to rejoice in what is good. So the first week ended with a world that had order, beauty, and purpose. Light that pushed back darkness, a sky wide enough for flight, land that stood firm, seeds that promised tomorrow, stars that marked seasons, creatures that moved and sang, and human lives stamped with dignity, made not as accidents, but as images. And if the beginning started with mystery, the message ends with meaning. The God who spoke light into the dark still speaks hope into ours.